moving on to the next hero, we have not only my favorite character from Kingdom Battle, but also my favorite in this game. It's the incredibly charming brawler Rabbid Mario. As a brawler, he's a close-range powerhouse who is great for taking out multiple opponents at once. Rabbid Mario comes equipped with his mighty boxing gloves, the Dukes. This primary weapon hits in a short but wide cone-shaped radius, in which he punches the crap out of his enemies. The damage that the Dukes deal is the highest amount of weapon damage in the game. They even hit enemies through any kind of cover, which makes Rabbid Mario great at heavily defended areas. With the skill No Limits, the usage doesn't even end your movement phase, which allows him to get a quick getaway if necessary. Speaking of movement, he has overall the largest movement radius in the game, which is perfect for a close range class, obviously, because he doesn't really rely on the help of another character. So you don't have to put another character that isn't suited for close range in harm. His movement skill is called Area Dash, which is basically the same from the first game. It creates a damaging radius to nearby enemies when he dashes. Combined with a dash damage of over 500 and the ability to dash twice, it makes him one of the best dash attackers in Sparks of Hope. Rabbid Mario's signature technique, Counter Blow, also fits him really well. When activated, he counters weapon-based attacks in his reach for, I believe, 100% damage. It also works really well in combination with the Reflector Spark. A technique that needs you to take damage to get activated might sound kinda bad, but since Rabbid Mario has the most HP out of any hero, you can expect him to tank a bunch of hits. Personally, I love Rabbid Mario not only because he's such a useful offensive powerhouse in battle, but also because of his charm and humor as a character. He's just such a funny parody of Mario. I instantly liked him when I saw him singing the Super Mario Bros. Theme in the reveal trailer of Kingdom Battle. Anyways, needless to say that Rabbid Mario is the second character who gets a spot at the S tier. And personally, I believe that overall he is probably the best.
That's right! MVP! MVP! Haha!
Now, let's continue with one of the more controversial characters. The dancing little goofball Rabbid Luigi. So, Rabbid Luigi is the pest of the hero team, which means that he specializes in reducing the damage output of the enemies around him. His technique, Exhaust, does exactly what I just said. All targets in range get struck with the Weaken effect, which reduces the damage output about 70%. The biggest upside to this technique is definitely the huge range. Like seriously, you can weaken half the battlefield with this shit. The Vulnerable skill also makes that every enemy with the Weaken effect receives 30% more damage. The other way how Rabbid Luigi can inflict the Weaken effect is with his movement skill, Exhaust Dash. With that, he inflicts the effect to any enemy he dashes into. His dash damage is pretty standard with 405, but the good part is that he can dash twice. Of course, it gets outshined by his previous skill Vamp Dash, but it's still a good bonus. His movement in general is pretty good, especially his team jump, which I didn't expect at first, but you can upgrade it up to 3 times. Rabbid Luigi's weapon is the Disruptor. This frisbee targets one enemy at a time and chains off nearby enemies. The damage of this thing is pretty low, which turns a lot of people off, but the strength within this weapon lies in elemental attacks. You can apply these elemental effects on up to 7 targets with one move, which makes Rabbid Luigi a combo character that you should experiment with. The reason why many people don't like Rabbid Luigi is first because of his weaknesses like his low health or underwhelming damage output, and second because of how much better the version in Kingdom Battle was. The problem is though that many people don't really see what potential this character actually has. If you focus on his technique and combo attacks by equipping Elemental Sparks, you get one of the most creative characters in Sparks of Hope. I also recommend using him in Destroy Darkness Eye missions, since he can just hit so many targets in one action. By discovering the possibilities with him, Rabbid Luigi became one of my favorite picks. So despite probably many expectations, I'm not putting him in the C tier and instead in the B tier.